Hello, my name is Joseph Wilkins. I make videos, but I've never made one quite like this. I want to share with you an experience I had at the Massillon Road Automotive. I'm very cynical about things in general, but especially with used car salespeople. That's why I never go to a lot to buy my cars. I've only done it once, and that was to buy a Dodge Avenger at the dealership. And that's the only time I've ever done it, because I always figured the people that go to those lots don't have the money to buy the car. They're there to put a little money down, drive it away, that type of thing. So when I was looking for a car, I looked into Craigslist. You know, you put the filters on, you can find out what you want. And I've seen a vehicle that I liked. I called the number. Now, I should say that I chose where it says owner, dealer. I chose owner because I only wanted to deal with a private owner. I did not want to deal with any kind of dealership or car lot. I had the cash money to buy the car, and I figured I'd do a lot better with a private owner. So I called on this car, and this fella, this NJ fella, he tells me about the car and gives me the address, and I drive out there. But boy, oh boy, when I seen that, I wasn't happy. I'll be honest with you. I just wasn't happy about that. I thought I put in there no dealers, right? But I'm there, right? So I go out and I look at the car, and it was a Ford Escape. Looked good. Price was good, you know. I checked the Kelly Blue Books and all that. You know, the price was reasonable, which surprised me. Usually, you know, small car lots especially just ask way too much, in my opinion, with what the car is worth. But not in this case. This was an honest price. And I said, oh, okay, well, maybe I, let my prejudice for used car sales guys back up here a bit. And I said, okay, I'll buy the car. I thought it was a good deal, liked it. Put $300 down, and I told NJ, I'll be back tomorrow, give you the rest of the money. Well, I get back there, and he said, well, we've had a hiccup. And I said, what kind of hiccup? And he said, well, there's a mechanical problem with the car that you bought yesterday that we were not aware of when you made the purchase. So now we got the car in the shop because we want to see what kind of problem we're looking at, and we'll get back with you on how that pans out. Well, I call them back, or they called me, I can't remember. Anyway, he said, well, unfortunately, the repair, the cost of fixing that repair is not appropriate when we see the value of the car and how much, it's just not a good business decision to put that kind of money in the car. And I said, well, what are you going to do with it? And he said, well, we'll put it in the auction, and we'll have with problem. In the old days, we used to call that a mechanic special. You have a bad problem, but there's a guy, take it home, fix it, that kind of thing. So I said, okay, well, I'll come by and I'll pick up my $300. Well, when I got there, he said, look, we just got in a 2010 Mercury Mariner, and why don't you take a look at it? And boy, oh boy, was it nice. I mean, I like the Ford Escape, but I like this much better. It had less miles, it was newer, and I'm thinking, well, he's going to ask more money. I ain't going to be able to buy this for what I paid for the other car, so I was curious. And I asked him how much it was, and sure enough, it was much more than what I paid for the Escape. And then here comes the surprise. He said, this is an odd circumstance. You come in, you buy a car, we can't deliver it, that kind of thing. If you want this car, I'll sell it to you for what you paid or was going to pay for the other one. I said, oh yeah, you bet. Looks better, newer, lower miles, looks like it just got detailed. You bet, I'll take that car. And he says to me, there's a little problem with the key. So I want to get the key guy out here to fix it before, you take it home. Well, the key guy supposedly fixed it, and we drove it home. But 3 days later, the key don't work no more. And I'm thinking, oh boy. So I call up NJ and I tell him the problem. Are you ready for this? NJ, the sales guy, drives out to my house with another fella. And sure enough, he said, look, here's how this works. You got to push it in and turn it back and do the hokey pokey. It's like some kind of, process you go through instead of just turning the key. And I'm thinking, of course, being the skeptic I am, this guy's going to tell me, well, I showed you how to start it. You ain't got no problem. See you later. He didn't do that. He got in the car and drove it back to the dealership with his buddy following behind, of course, in his car, and then had the key fixed. There's no kind of magical process to start this vehicle. I was so impressed by the way I was treated. I mean, they could have pawned that car off on me, and I got home and said, whoa, there's a lot of noise coming out of the rear end. I guess that's what it was, like a differential or something. It stuck me with the car, just like the key thing. They could let me go home with that. My point is that when I read reviews, people write down, oh, they're wonderful, blah, blah, blah. One guy could have wrote all those, see? So I have suggested to NJ and Mickey, his associate, another nice fellow, that when they have an encounter with people, if the people are happy with that encounter, to take a short video of it and put it on your website. Because I don't know about you, but I believe a lot more when I hear someone talking. I get a feel if they're pulling my leg or not, you understand? So I made this because first they didn't stick me with that, car that needed all that work. And then they made sure and went the extra mile to make sure I was satisfied with it. I don't know if I've changed my mind about car lots like that, but I've changed my mind about them. Okay, when I first seen this, I was not a happy camper. I don't want to buy a car with no dealer, okay? I think when you walk onto most of these kind of car lots, the theme song of Jaws ought to play. But here it is. It's Massillon Road Auto. My name is Joseph Wilkins, and I highly suggest that if you need to buy a car, now, I don't believe they have financing there yet, but who knows what happens in the future. But the prices are good. But moreover, if there is any snags or any kind of problem, these people have shown to me that they will do everything they can possibly do to make you happy with what you've done there, right? I make videos basically for a living. This one here I'm just shooting in my computer room for you, but I've never made a video like this. But you know what? It was refreshing that when someone was in the position to take advantage of me because of the position I was in, by giving me the car with the problem that it had, that type of thing. I highly appreciate that. So if you need a car, go talk to NJ or Mickey at the Massillon Road Automotive. And I can't see any reason, well, my experience would say that, there's an old saying, the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. Well, the past behavior I've experienced with these fellas is good, okay, really good. So go give them the business, and if they ask you to make a little video, hey, why not? Go ahead, you know what I mean? So it's nice to see that there are still conscientious, honest business people out there. And I was lucky to find them. Isn't that how life is odd? I first seen that and I went, damn, I'm wasting my time. I should never drove out here. And now I'm making a video that you should go out. All right? All right, well, you have some happy holidays. And like I said, when you see NJ or Mickey, say, Joe sent you. All righty? Bye-bye.